Hi, you guys. This is Joella Newman from Transforming Your Tomorrows. I'm the founder and owner of this life and business coaching company, Transforming Your Tomorrows. And if you've been following me for a while, you know on Wednesday nights, I generally have guests here with me for Entrepreneurs on the Rise show. However, tonight it's just going to be me, so I get to bring you a little bit more about myself and my coaching company. And listen, I know you have so many choices out there on Facebook Live and YouTube and activities and events and everything like that, family events, that you have a choice. So I appreciate you being here with me. I really do. It's always fun to have people in the audience and be with me and share live. I know that you definitely do watch on the replays, but it's always fun to have people here live. So tonight, I really wanted to talk about law of attraction a little bit. I don't always focus on law of attraction because I am a whole brain coach. I mean, I have to deal with logical stuff and analytical stuff. But I thought, why did the law of attraction connect with us so deeply and with so many of us, right? Because in this century that I believe we really wanted to reconnect to the essence of ourselves. We wanted this personal empowerment and just didn't have a construct or a word or a phrase that formed the essence of what we're looking for. So tonight, I wanted to kind of delve into that and how that works in our real lives. It's kind of like, I kind of compare it to, it's like Voldemort in the Harry Potter series. It's he who should not be named, right? We were searching, I believe, for that which we did not even remember being named. The law of attraction or the movie like The Secret. It came about because truly our subconscious, whether we knew it or not, we're searching for something deeper. And so I believe that this is truly reconnecting with our consciousness, the I am that is aware of being, as in a more religious analogy, the Lord is my shepherd, right? But we are the Lord and shepherd of our life. We are, but believe me, I am not trying to dismiss anyone's connection to their deity, to their source of power, that we co-create with, right? But in this regard, in metaphysical or self-awareness terms, it's really the deep recognition of having an open door of that I am, what I am is about to be or do. And so there's no lack of evidence of that because we are living. We are the very proof. We're breathing. So our ability to have consciousness as we're alive, right? That's goes hand in hand. So my consciousness allows me to connect with my limitlessness. And do I forget that and go into spiritual narcolepsy? Without a doubt, all the time. Except I've gotten better and better at it over the years. And I know it's like, oh, I'm down the rabbit hole. I can get out of this. I can focus on what is working versus not what is working. And I can, as the saying goes, my imagination knows no boundaries other than the limitations I impose upon it. So in talking about the law of attraction, the awareness of our own capacity to bring forth this incredible power is always within us. We truly are limitless beings. And so why do we so often create such strife? Is I believe we're a very drama addicted society. And I believe that it's often it's not really our fault because there's a portion of our brain called the reticular activating system. That's the science part of me that I know. And in that reticular activating system, just a little bit of neuro terms, is that it literally seeks out that which aligns with your belief system. So it continues to reaffirm. And in modern days, people will tell you on the news, people are only searching the news that affirms what they believe to be true. The reticular activating system is programmed to do just that. But we can retrain our brain. We can realign what is in our better interest, in our higher selves, to look at things differently with a more neutral state of mind, and certainly with the ability to reason with a different perspective. And so I'm going to just check in on Facebook to see how you guys are doing. And I hope, and if you're here, just say hello, no worries. But the other thing is, even though we live in such a time of this much confusion due to the changing opinions of men and women, of politics, of science, we can remain steadfast in our ability, our dominion of our personal power. So we, the I am consciousness, retains that perfect dominion over our thoughts. I trained with Mike Dooley. I'm a certified trainer with Infinite Possibilities, as one of my certifications. But, Mike Dooley has a phrase that he's trademarked, and states, thoughts become things, choose the good ones. But it's hard to do that when you're under stress, right? What do I think about that's really good? Well, we can train our brain and rewire it in such a way that allows you to say, okay, I'm here in the rabbit hole, but oh yeah, I can go back here. And there's tools and techniques to shift you pretty quickly so that you can reset yourself and empower yourself, or empower the reaction, a new reaction to a stressor that's coming to you. And that's what I do in my business. So how do we turn to this more esoteric use of law of attraction? Thoughts become things, our profound, unlimited consciousness in this controlled ability to manifest our desires. That, like I said, that is what I coach. I do the left brain world. I do that pretty well. I'm very logical, the logical, the analytical, the in-your-face, factual, data-driven, tangible world. Like that's reality. But I never deny or displace it. I don't, it's a part of me, but it's not all of me. I don't always stay in my left brain, logical, analytical world. And in fact, I coach mostly in the right brain realm, because this is where the subconscious or the unconscious lies, and that imparts and imprints the very limitations that we manifest into physical evidence, into our everyday lives. It really goes deep to what we see, hear, feel, taste, and touch right now is really a reflection of our history. So by being able to connect with new thinking and beliefs in the very face of seeming opposition, sometimes seeming insurmountable opposition, conflict, discord, we're now able to align and become better with better outcomes, but align with goals and aspirations and values that match what we believe in, but in a higher way, so that we're not always attaching to what is setting us off. And whether you're on Facebook and seeing someone else do something better, believe me, we can get into that imposter syndrome. Oh, I can't do it as good as her. I can't do it as good as him. Or even if you're an executive in a corporation, oh my God, I wish I was as smart as that person, or I want what they have. And that's why, it's a little bit of a twisted tale here, but that's why I believe there's really no competition, is because when you stay true to your mission and your definition of what you are, then how can there be competition? People will align with that and respond like you're the absolute magnetic person or the magnetic company. They're like, I want to partner with them. I want to partner with them. That makes a difference. So in teaching people this in this new light, this new way of thinking, there's a more comfortable way so that there's a direct correlation to your pain points, to what you're dealing with that is so uncomfortable that it's like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want different results for myself, right? So I guide you to strengthen your own limitless thinking as it relates to something that you're grappling with. I know when I was an executive, there was so much I know now that I didn't know then. I know how to cope better, and I was a pretty good coper, but I would internalize it, and that was a problem for me. I didn't know how to really settle down and look at what was really important versus, yeah, this happens every day and this is going to happen, and how to deal with stressful people. It's like I didn't really know how to say, you know what, that's not fair. You know, this is really what's going on, and how to say step into my own power. I now know, because of my training, because of my years of experience with coaching now, it's like there's a different way to even look at the worst problems. And believe me, I've talked to executives who've had to go in with a bunch of people, and you're either shutting down a business or you're having to tell people that, you know, you need to come up with some money to keep us going forward, things like that. But I've also worked with entrepreneurs saying, how do I make money this month and pay my rent? Or how do I get more clients? Or how do I get more business? Well, some of that is left brain, but some of that is very much right brain. So it's kind of like shifting from a three-dimensional realm to having the capacity to delve into a greater dimensional outlook, and as a result, a better result. So Neville Goddard, I read a lot. He wrote the book Imagination, which, I mean, years ago. This is an old book, but he says we can, with our I am energy, we can, by the power of our imagination, mold our world to harmony and desire. Now just think about that. By the power of our imagination, we can pretend. And as adults, we totally forget how to imagine a different result or a different outcome. So my whole brain coaching supports you in doing that. But I also, in looking to make sure you see your dreams as if you're living a movie. In other words, that's visualization. But I also help you to listen to your words, to see, are your words speaking your dreams into reality? Are you really looking to the future? You know, I mentioned our reticular activating system is really there to power, or like, okay, you found this problem on the sidewalk and you knew it was going to be there. You know, we don't have to default to a lower brain activity because part of our brain says, oh no, this aligns with what you believe. We can shift our mind and learn new ways to think. So in the end, by thinking those new thoughts, you change your thoughts, you change your beliefs, and then by changing your beliefs and then your thoughts and your words, you change your actions. And in the end, you ultimately change your world. So as you learn to work more from imagery, imaginary assumptions, they harden into facts. Believe it or not, they do. So just let me give you a real world analogy. That's how architects build these magnificent new buildings that we'd never seen before. Designers envision a room, you know, an outdated room into something brand new. They can change walls, and that's why everybody loves HGTV if you're a woman, and I'm sure some men too. My husband will watch it with me once in a while. In other words, if I can help you think like an architect or a designer to see what is not there yet, to turn it in and create it into something that's more appealing to you, or where you feel safer. I've worked, you know, we're all Da Vinci's. So it's really tapping into the strength of who you already are. And so we just get swept up into believing what our eyes currently see, and the outcome, you know, is the outcome. You know, we just get caught up into believing what we currently see, but what we currently see really is our history. It's not what our future is. So we have the prescription to create a new and delightful and magical experience to work. So what have your transformations been, and how could you receive support to continue that progress? What would your life look like? and feel like, if you could move into a higher functioning place, as those I coach, I'm giving myself prompts here, as those I coach, hear me say, which wolf are you feeding? And believe me, I say that to myself. It's like, oh, I'm really in the dungeon here. It's like I'm focused on this and I really need to be focused on that. So your capacity to manage your life or your team or to manage the work environment that you're working in is very doable. It's achievable. You can do that in a more conscious and intuitive way so that people don't feel beaten down, downtrodden. I know I've lived the corporate world, believe me, many times I've heard say, you've got to get this done today. Okay, well, there's a way to get people on board into a project and address their mental state so that really you are all pulling on the same, train. You're on the bus, you're on the same bus. But when you help people understand the whys and the outcomes of the future, you can manage very differently by having those people really engage with their own reticular activating system, seeing a new future. So these are the tools I use. I'll use right brain tools, meditation processes, visualization, various different meditations, just different things to get people into their, out of their left brain, the ego mind, into their right brain so that they really understand what's going on. So those are the tools at hand to tap into what is good, what is whole, what is in alignment with your higher self. So if you'd like to know more, if you're interested in saying, I wonder how you could help me, I have a link that I posted here that I hope you can see. And if not, I will make sure it gets posted. And hi, Cynthia. Oh, thank you. My hair looks wonderful. I just pulled it back. Thank you. And I think if you can, okay, so I did post. If you would like to set up a call with me and learn more, just click on the link below and set up a coffee chat. I love to do that. And you might even get a really cool tip in terms of what you're working with, whether you're a teacher, a realtor, an executive, an entrepreneur. I work with all of them to really shift your mindset. And at the end of the day, I do it with an evidence-based process so that you have like a 1 to 10. Where are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? And sometimes I have people come to me and say, I'm a 10. And I said, all right, that's great. Let's delve into that further and really look at what's going on that brought you to coaching. You're not a 10, because if you're a 10, you're not, there's a reason that you're here, right? There's a problem that we want to solve. And so I want to get into what the power of you. I never own this power, you do, where you can really shine and that you've got new tools as you go forward. So if you'd like to, are curious about working with someone who uses whole brain processes to really, manage your career, manage your entrepreneurial business, then, sign up and give me a call. So that's it for tonight. Entrepreneurs on the Rise. I will say I have phenomenal speakers coming up. Next week, I have Mina Habibi, who is a brand specialist, but not like Wendy Harrington was last week. I think last week I had Danielle Alexander, who really dealt with feng shui and giving tips for businesses. The week before I had Wendy Harrington. Next week, Mina Habibi is really a photographer and does work with branding and things like that. So she's going to talk about ritual in the workplace. And what does that mean? And we're not talking about, sitting next to a voodoo doll. We're talking about a process that people go through in order to receive a certain outcome. So I think that's going to be pretty exciting. And in April, I have speakers Judy Dang, who's going to talk about really how to organize your life, organize your work, organize a project. She's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait to have her. I have Robin Hager, who will come on in March and talk about essences. She's a pharmacist, brilliant woman. I just couldn't spend enough time with her on the phone. And then Yara Prezeo is a nutritionist, and she coaches people with weight. So I can't wait to bring her to you. And then Nancy Lena Roth, who really uses EFT and tapping, but she's going to talk about some really cool things too. So I can't wait for her to come on board and bring her to you. And then I'll wrap up March with another presentation from me, maybe getting into a very specific project, kind of like a mastermind project, and maybe I'll go over that to help you. How do we look at it differently from a whole brain perspective? All right, with that, I'm going to close up tonight. Entrepreneurs on the Rise. Thank you, Cynthia, for being here. You're a love, and I will see you guys next week at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Wednesday night. Bye.